This episode is brought to you by Audible.com. For a 30-day trial and free audiobook, head to audibletrial.com/Ron Show. That's audibletrial.com/Ron Show for your 30-day trial and free audiobook today. Alonzo, could you please find it in your heart to tell me when you're going to hit record before we get going? I mean, this isn't a podcast. You can't just hit record and we're going. That's not how these things work. You're not going to get 1 million downloads and people hearing me cry and my life story and how I lost my virginity in the back of a 76 Pinto. None of that stuff's means anything to anybody. So just tell me before you... Oh. Hey everybody, welcome to Ron Purtee's Movie House, the show where we talk about movies. Plain and simple, this isn't a review show. I'm not going to say that I'm going to get super in-depth with things, but I'm going to tell you a couple of my thoughts on certain films and whether or not you should go check it out or not. And today we're going to talk about, well, I'll put it to you this way. You look at the news and you see clowns chasing after kids, and you see hurricanes just ravaging the eastern seaboard, and then you see today's movie, and you realize that things can get much, much worse. That's right, I am talking about Yoga Hosers by director Kevin Smith, written and directed by Kevin Smith, starring Lily Rose, I think that's her name, Lily Rose, I didn't really pay much attention, Depp, and Harley Quinn Smith, his daughter. The only thing I took away from this movie was that today's youth is obsessed with being in their phones and Instacan. It's not Instagram, it's Instacan, like Insta-Canada. Canada. What's Canada? I don't know what the hell Canada is. But it just kind of, it bothers me that a man who made Clerks is trying to revamp Clerks, but add himself in it as a Nazi bratwurst. You know, and I'm not trying to be negative on things. I don't want to be that guy who just hates on everything, because I'm not. But my mama always said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But I feel like I have to here. I have to warn people. All right? At least Tusk was inventive. This is him rehashing Clerks with 2 Randalls instead of 1. A Johnny Depp character that was somewhat clever in Tusk, but now in Yoga Hosers is more and more and more annoying, and it's a vehicle basically for Ralph Garman, who is a talented voiceover actor, don't get me wrong, and he's a radio DJ, he's great at all that stuff, but this was a vehicle for him to do his voices. And there were musical cues that were basically just ripped off from The Shining and Halloween, and this movie didn't know what it wanted to be. Is it a horror movie? Is it a teen comedy? It goes in one direction with the two boy, or the one boy who's interested in the one Colleen. Both girls are named Colleen because apparently their parents are, I don't know what's wrong with their parents, but they're both named Colleen, and one of them, played by Harley Quinn, has this guy that she's into who's a Satanist. And that comes out of nowhere, and that storyline ends abruptly. And then I don't know where the movie wanted to go, what it wanted to be, or who it's supposed to appeal to. And every time I hear him say that it's supposed to appeal to youth, if this is something that the youth of today want to watch and they want to enjoy, then I fear for cinema as a whole. Kevin, I understand when you have your own money to deal with, or little of someone else's money to deal with, that you can make your own movie and you can do what you want and be as creative as you want and as out there as you want. But sometimes, my friend, you need to rein that in. You need to realize that what you're doing is going to make no sense whatsoever, and that there's a reason it's called show business. Okay? If you want to make stuff like this and put it on YouTube with your own money, tons of hits, buddy. I guarantee it. Tons of hits, and people are gonna love it. and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't see how this was a feature film. I really don't. And I know that there's people out there who say they loved it or that the critics were wrong about this. Maybe I'm wrong too, but I did not enjoy this film whatsoever. This film to me, I don't get it. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe the fact that I was a teenager when Kurt Cobain died and Nirvana is now on the classic rock station doesn't qualify me to watch the new Kevin Smith movies. Kevin, I really wish that you would just head down to TV. Save Arrow. Save Arrow. Please save Arrow. So that's Ron Purtee's Movie House for this week. I want to thank everybody for watching and bearing with me with all the changes and everything. But that's the show, and I appreciate you watching. Links are in the description how you can support the show. Don't forget to go to Patreon. For as little as $1, you can get cool perks, and you can help keep the show going and make it bigger and better and all sorts of fun stuff. Plus, there's links to Twitter and all sorts of other stuff, and the official site, which is always fun. So don't forget next week to tune in every Saturday, and we'll see you next time. Are we clear? We are. Another thing that bothers me is those people who review movie trailers. I mean, is your attention span that short that you can't sit through an entire movie and watch and review? You have to watch a 2.5 minute. Why do I keep you around?